We'll start to. Assalamu alaikum. We'll just give it a few minutes before, just to let a few more people join, and then we'll begin, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Inshallah, today's memory, the Sawaab of today's Majlis will be for my late father, Marhum Riyaz and Rajabali, and all Marhumins. It's been 2 years since his passing. So inshallah, we'll begin with the recitation of Surah Yasin by my younger brother, Zain Ali Rajabali.
Okay. Wait.
Stop.
الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أنذرتم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليه اثنين فكذبوهما فأززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم وإنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بالضر لا تغني عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومهم من بعدهم من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا سيئة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يركم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملت أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ من النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري مستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل تعادك الأرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكلهم في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أن حملنا ذرية في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا شريك لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاع إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو إن شاء الله وأطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد وإن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا سيئة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يقسمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في السور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا سيئة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيء ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم ممتاز اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أحد إليكم يا بني آدم لا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمون أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فلا يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسكناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمر نقص في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمنا شعرا وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويهلك القول الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لا مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبا ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم يرى الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام ويحيي الرميم قل يحيي الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صدق الله العلي العظيم.
We will now, inshallah, have Hadith Kisab by Brother Imran Ali Khaki.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد عن جابر بن عبد الله الأنصاري عن فاطمة الزهراء عليها السلام بنت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم قال سمعت فاطمة أنها قالت دخل علي أبي رسول الله في بعض الأيام فقال السلام عليك يا فاطمة فقلت عليك السلام قال إني أجد في بدني ضعفا فقلت له أعيذك بالله يا أبتاه من الضعف فقال يا فاطمة إني ائتيني بالكساء اليماني فغطيني به فأتيته بالكساء اليماني فغطيته به وصرت أنظر إليه وإذا وجهه يتلألأ كأنه البدر في ليلة تمامه وكماله فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسن قد أقبل وقال السلام عليك يا أماه فقلت عليك السلام يا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي فقال يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله فقلت نعم إن جدك تحت الكساء فأقبل الحسن نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا جداه يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أدخل معك تحت الكساء فقال وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا صاحب حوضي قد أذنت لك فدخل معه تحت الكساء فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسين قد أقبل وقال السلام عليك يا أماه فقلت عليك السلام يا ولدي ويا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي فقال لي يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله. فقلت نعم، إن جدك وأخاك تحت الكساء. فدنا الحسين نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه، السلام عليك يا من اختاره الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكما تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا شافع أمتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل معهما تحت الكساء. فأقبل عند ذلك أبو الحسن علي بن أبي طالب وقال: السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله. فقلت: عليك السلام يا أبا الحسن ويا أمير المؤمنين. فقال: يا فاطمة، إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة أخي وابن عمي رسول الله. فقلت: نعم، ها هو مع ولديك تحت الكساء. فأقبل علي نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال له: وعليك السلام يا أخي ويا وصي وخليفتي وصاحب لوائي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل علي تحت الكساء. ثم أتيت نحو الكساء وقلت: السلام عليك يا أبتاه يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال: وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا بضعتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخلت تحت الكساء. فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء، أخذ أبي رسول الله بطرفي الكساء وأومأ بيده اليمنى إلى السماء وقال: اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وحامتي، لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي، يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم. أنا حرب لمن حاربهم، وسلم لمن سالمهم، وعدو لمن عاداهم، لمن أحبهم. إنهم مني وأنا منهم، فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم، وأذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على. فقال الله عز وجل: يا ملائكتي ويا سكان سماواتي، إني ما خلقت سماء مبنيا ولا أرضا مدحيا ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري، إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. فقال الأمين جبرائيل: يا ربي، ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل: هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة، هم فاطمة وأبوها وبعلها وبنوها. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. فقال جبرائيل: يا ربي، أتأذن لي أن أهبط إلى الأرض لأكون معهم سادسا؟ فقال الله: نعم، قد أذنت لك. فهبط الأمين جبرائيل وقال: السلام عليك يا رسول الله. العلي الأعلى يقرئك السلام ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام ويقول لك: وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم. وقد أذن لي أن أدخل معكم، فهل تأذن لي يا رسول الله؟ فقال رسول الله: وعليك السلام يا أمين وحي الله. نعم، قد أذنت لك. فدخل جبرائيل معنا تحت الكساء فقال لأبي: إن الله قد أوحى إليكم يقول: إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. فقال علي لأبي: يا رسول الله، أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل عند الله. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله: والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا، ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض، وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا، إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا. فقال علي عليه السلام: إذا والله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. فقال أبي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله: يا علي، والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة ناجيا، ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض، وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا، وفيهم مهموم إلا وفرج الله همه، ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غمه، ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجته. وقال علي عليه السلام: إذا والله فزنا وسعدنا، وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وسعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم إلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات. سورة المباركة الفاتحة.
Thank you so much, Imran Ali and Zain Ali. We will inshallah now have Marthia by Riyaz uncle.
محمد وآل محمد صلوات صلی علی محمد وآل گونجی بوقت عصر صدا میں حسین گونجی بوقت عصر صدا میں حسین ہے کاٹو نہ میرا خشک گلا ہے کاٹو نہ میرا خشک گلا میں حسین ہوں گونجی بوقت عصر صدا میں حسین ہوں اماں کسی نے پانی کی ایک بوند بھی نہ دی اماں کسی نے پانی کی ایک بوند بھی نہ دی میں بار بار کہتا رہا میں بار بار کہتا رہا میں حسین ہوں گونجی بوقت عصر صدا میں حسین ہوں کٹتا ہوا گلا میرا دیکھا نہ جائے گا کٹتا ہوا گلا میرا دیکھا نہ جائے گا نانا میں ہوں نواسا تیرا نانا میں ہوں نواسا تیرا میں حسین ہوں گونجی بوقت عصر صدا میں حسین ہوں سوکھی ہوئی ہے شمر میرے خلق کی رگیں سوکھی ہوئی ہے شمر میرے خلق کی رگیں آہستہ تو چھری کو چلا آہستہ تو چھری کو چلا میں حسین ہوں گونجی بوقت عصر صدا میں حسین ہوں بن بازوں کی لاش تڑپ کر الٹ گئی بن بازوں کی لاش تڑپ کر الٹ گئی آئی فرات پر جو صدا آئی فرات پر جو صدا میں حسین ہوں گونجی بوقت عصر صدا میں حسین ہوں زانوں پہ رکھ کے سر کو کہانے ضعیف نے زانوں پہ رکھ کے سر کو کہا نیک ضعیف نے اکبر کہاں ہے جلد بتا اکبر ہے کہاں تو جلد بتا میں حسین ہوں گونجی بوقت عصر صدا میں حسین ہوں اے شامیوں کفن نہ دیا مجھے کو غم نہیں اے شامیوں کفن نہ دیا مجھ کو غم نہیں دے دو میری بہن کو ردا دے دو میری بہن کو ردا میں حسین ہوں گونجی بوقت عصر صدا میں حسین ہوں اے کاٹو نہ میرا خشک گلا اے کاٹو نہ میرا خشک گلا میں حسین ہوں گونجی بوقت عصر صدا میں حسین ہوں میں حسین ہوں محمد وآل محمد صلوات اللہ
Thank you very much, Santum Riyaz uncle. We will now, inshallah, we're very lucky and honored to have Sheikh Ali Hussein, who will give us a short talk, inshallah. So please welcome Sheikh Ali Hussein.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. ثم الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا محمد بن عبد الله وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم وقوله الحق وهو أصدق الصادقين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذ قال لقمان لابنه وهو يعظه يا بني لا تشرك بالله إن الشرك لظلم عظيم. آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today being Father's Day, as we celebrated here in this country, it would be apt to speak about fathers, fatherhood, the rights of a father, the duties of a father in the short time that we have, and at the same time also remember the father of this ummah, the father of the religion at present, none other than the 12th Holy Imam, Imam Mahdi, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. There are some who may say that we should not celebrate things like Father's Day simply because it's not a celebration that has been mentioned in our corpus of traditions. But I think every rational individual will realize that yes, we must respect our parents at every time throughout our entire lives, whilst they are present and when they are absent. The respect of a parent continues and is incumbent upon a child. Having said that, we can also dedicate certain days to them. We can also dedicate Mother's Day to celebrate our mothers solely and celebrate our fathers on Father's Day. There are other days that have been put into different calendars in terms of neighbors, in terms of siblings and grandparents. And with the current situation around, we also find that days are being allocated to remind ourselves of particular historical events. For example, the end of slavery. And these are things that we should do. We should remember certain events on certain days. And yes, there is no particular event that takes place on Father's Day, but it's a time that we can remember, gift, celebrate our fathers for the responsibilities that they have on their shoulders and that they have been fulfilling continuously with the permission, mercy, and tawfiq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So today I'd like to discuss a bit about fathers, fatherhood, where time permits, and also touch upon understanding some of the acts that we can do during the ghaiba of the 12th Holy Imam, the father of our ummah at present. What I'm about to say and the discussions we will have should not belittle in any way or fashion, obviously, the rights of a mother or the status of a mother. I think many a times we hear about the status of a mother, and rightly so, and we should continue to remind ourselves and others about it. We have numerous traditions which teach us about the great status of a mother, many that flow from the tip of our tongues without even having to open a book. For example, Jannah lies under the feet of a mother. You have traditions such as when that individual came to the Holy Prophet and he tells the Prophet that I've committed every single great sin that is possible. Every sin that I can think of, I've committed. Is there any way for me to be forgiven now? And the first question the Holy Prophet asks him is, are any of your parents alive? The fastest way, the speediest fashion, the continuous path that is continuously present for us to access whilst our parents are present is going to be tawassul through our parents to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or tawassul through our parents to the imams, and obviously reaching finally to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the easiest path. Even when somebody wants to get close to a child. When somebody wants to win a child, the easiest way is again through their parents, to become friends with their parents, and their parents make those two families come together. When somebody sends a proposal, they send proposals on a girl, or if a girl sends a proposal on a boy, it goes to the parents. And you have to win the heart of the parents first in order to have easy access to the child. There is a continuous link between parent and child in every facet of life. It continues whilst the parents are present and even when they're absent. There are people who still go to the graves of their parents and their grandparents in order to seek intercession, because the status that a parent has is a status that as a child we will never overtake. However strong physically we may be, however knowledgeable one may be, however wealthy, whatever fame, however beautiful or handsome one may be, there is no possibility of a son or a daughter surpassing a certain status which is held in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for parents. Specifically then speaking about this hadith that I just mentioned, that the man comes to the Holy Prophet and says, I've committed all these great sins. Is there any avenue for me to be forgiven? The first question the Prophet asks, is there any of your parents alive? And he says, my father is alive. So he says, go and do good to your father, because he will be your path for forgiveness. Doing good to the father, not even asking for forgiveness from the father for the actions that he may have done to Allah. Tawassul is there and must be used. But at the same time, simply doing good to parents can be a source of shifa on the Day of Judgment and in this life for an individual who has many sins on their shoulders. When we come to the Holy Quran, we find that there are pieces of advice that Luqman as a father gives to his son, and it indicates to us as to the duty of a father. How should a father be speaking to his child? What are the type of pieces of advice that a father should be concentrating on passing down to the next generation before it's too late and one of them, either the parent or the child, closes their eyes? The famous verse in the Quran, in Surah Luqman, first it begins by Luqman saying, Ya Bunayya, in a beautiful fashion. Interestingly, the Prophet is told, make mention of this piece of advice, O Prophet, that Luqman gives to his son. That's how great this piece of advice is, that the Prophet is being told, make mention of it. Ya Bunayya. Even simply these words, Ya Bunayya, it's such an intimate fashion of calling one's child. Sometimes when a parent gets habituated to their child, sees them continuously, you may see that they call them just by looking at them. They may take their attention. They may not even use their name, not in the sense that they may use a pet name or a friendly name. They may not even speak to them by name, and they just say a different word to them. They may, in this slang fashion in English, they might just say oi, or they might just call upon this child in a different manner, which is not very respectful. Or even not using the child's name at all and just saying, can you get me a glass of water, or go and do this, or go and do that. Luqman shows that even the method in which we speak to our children should be in an intimate, loving fashion, because that cultivates a relationship which will be strong and continuous with this child. And as you'll see in the rest of the speech that we have, even when the parent goes, one of the duties is that the child remembers the parent. And that can only happen when there is this loving relationship which is so intense that the child never sees the parent as being absent from their heart. They feel that the parent, and they know that the parent is physically separated, but they never see and feel a distance in the heart between themselves and their parent. So Luqman continues, and he says, Ya Bunayya, la tushrik billah. The first piece of advice he gives, and the strongest foundation that a parent can give to a child, is that of Tawheed, to ensure that a child remains steadfast on Siratul Mustaqim in worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not only physically worshipping Allah, but also in the sense that their heart is only concentrated on wanting the pleasure of Allah and not the pleasure of people. Why? He says, Inna shirka la dhulmun عظيم. It's a great transgression. It'll enter you into great darkness from which it's very difficult to come out from. That's verse number 13. 17 and 18 also give us two different pieces of advice, which again show this relationship between father and son. How the father is a backbone of morality. How the father in a family is a benchmark of morality. That a child looks upon the father to understand what is right and what is wrong, which path to take and which path to turn away from, how to speak to people. He looks at his father when guests come to the house. He looks at how the father entertains. He understands from the father how the father sits, how the father stands up when guests come, how the father feeds his guests, how the father respects his guests, how he gives time to his guests. These are things that a father does which are absorbed by the child, especially because the father has been given the duty of being the head of the family, as we shall see shortly. Luqman continues, Ya bunayya aqim as-salah. Another piece of advice, but again an extremely important one. Luqman doesn't tell the child, go and earn great wealth. Go and get educated to the extent that you become more knowledgeable than everybody else so people look up to you. Get the greatest of assets and possessions and hoard and give the most in charity so people know who you are publicly. He doesn't touch upon that. He says, firstly, ensure tawheed. You're only doing every action solely for the pleasure of Allah. Secondly, establish your prayer. Don't miss it. The prayer may have been different at that time. Our prayer is very clear. Establish the 5 daily prayers. Do not wave away from this path. وَأْمُرْ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. Ensure you are the one who after me and during my life is an individual who will stand up for the truth even if the majority of people speak against you. Because you're solely seeking the pleasure of Allah, it doesn't matter what people think about you. That famous tradition of the Holy Prophet where he says that if there are 2 valleys and Ali is in one and the rest of mankind is the other, follow Ali and go into his valley. Although you'll be alone, although there will only be one companion with you, and that will be Amirul Mu'mineen, it is upholding what is right, the principles of Allah, doing what is good and forbidding what is evil. Wasbir. He teaches his child patience. Why? Wasbir ala ma asabak. All this entire life that God has given you, don't think that it's going to be a bed of roses. Life is meant to be difficult. This is what a father can pass over to a child, experience that he has. Life is meant to be difficult. It's not meant to be an easy task for us to get to the end of our lives. It's meant to be a time, a period, 70, 60, 80 years, whatever it may be. But it's a period of tests and tribulations in your health, in your wealth, in your family, in society. In everything you do, there will be difficulties. إِنَّ ذَلِكَ مِنْ عَزْمِ الْأُمُورِ. Why? Because these are the matters of determination. Living a life means you will be taken by difficulties. If you're not, then be worried as to why tests are not coming to you. Because Allah tests those whom He loves. When He loved Yusuf to that extent, He put him into the pit of a well. When He loved Yusuf to that extent, He threw him into prison. When He loves the 7th Imam to that extent, he went into prison. The Holy Prophet was loved so much by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he was given the test of being brought up not by a father, of losing his mother at a young age, of propagating a religion of monotheism in the midst of polytheism, where people threw stones at him, banished him from their cities, that he had to live in the Shi'ab and the valley of Abu Talib, such that even his wife, his most dearest wife, became extremely ill and later on passes away. He went through all this difficulty not because God doesn't love him, but because God wants to bring him closer, wants to purify him even further. And that is only done through difficulty and by one having patience. And then he tells his child, and do not turn your cheek in contempt towards people. When somebody says something out of hatred and malice for them, don't simply shun them and turn away. That's not respect. That's not makarimul akhlaq. And don't walk in the earth in a proud fashion. Whatever assets you may have, whatever money God has bestowed you with, however many children you may have and God has given you, realize that everything is simply an amana. And somebody does not take pride in an amana. If you give me a certain amount of money to look after, I don't take pride in that because I realize it's not mine in the first place. I have no ownership over it. Rather, I have a greater responsibility in looking after it. In the same fashion, he tells his son, you have no right to walk on the earth in a proud fashion because you own nothing. Not even your own clothes are owned by you. Walk in a fashion of humility because Allah does not like every individual who is deluded and boastful. Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam tells us about the rights of our father in the most beautiful section in this Risalatul Huquq. وَأَمَّا حَقُّ أَبِيكَ, as for the right of your father, فَأَن تَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ أَصْلُكَ, you must realize and know that he is your root. وَأَنَّهُ لَوْلَاهُ لَمْ تَكُنْ, had it not been for him, you will not be present. Everything that he has done has made you what you are. As I said at the beginning, yes, the mother has a status that is extremely great and at times indicated that even greater than the father in ease of closeness and proximity to Allah if she fulfills her responsibilities. At the same time, a father also has a status. So what I'm speaking about here is simply because we're speaking about fathers. فَأَن تَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ أَصْلُكَ, he is your root, and know that whatever you are is because of him. Had he not been present, you would not be present. فَمَهْمَا رَأَيْتَ فِي نَفْسِكَ مِمَّا يُعْجِبُكَ, if you find within yourself any characteristic, anything that pleases you, whether it's your physical beauty, whether it's your eloquence in speech, whether it's your knowledge, whether it's your wealth, whether it's your intellectual progression and education, whether it's your children that you take pride of, anything that you find within yourself that pleases you, فَعْلَمْ أَنَّ أَبَاكَ أَصْلُ النِّعْمَ عَلَيْكَ, know that your father is the root cause for this blessing to have come upon you. That's why we have traditions. أَنْتَ وَمَالُكَ لِأَبِيكَ, you and everything you own are for your father. When a child has wealth, it's owned by his father. The father has the right to use that wealth as and when they require. Obviously, a father has to be wise and rational in what he uses of the child's property, but it's for the father. What you own is not solely owned by you. Firstly, it's ownership of Allah, and Allah has given it as an amana to you and partial responsibility with your parent as well. When you have in this country great benefits that we have as citizens of this country, like for example child benefit. Look at the current pandemic that we're in. Many of our businesses have survived because of the fact that our government has assisted us. There are parts of the world where there is no assistance and people have had to continue working and going out despite this virus being within their society and rampant within the society. They've still had to go out and work because they haven't had the benefits that we have had. One of the benefits that we have, for example, child benefit, is to be used by the parent. It's an assistance for the parent. It's because they have children, but it comes to the parent for the parent to use for their life. And obviously part of their life is in looking after their children. So then the Imam says, then praise Allah and thank him for this blessing that he has given you, for this measure that he's placed upon you. The father that he's given you, and that through this father you've been given great gifts. And know that there is no power except with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Interesting that he finishes like that, because even though he's mentioned right now that your father is the root of all good, we must not turn our direction solely to one person. Realize that everything your father has been able to give you, and even the fact that you were born from your father and your mother, is only because God has the power over all things. Our father in our religion and creed has been given the position of a captain. Like a captain on a ship has been given responsibility of moving the ship in the right direction. He takes advice from everybody, or she takes advice in the sense of a captain, but here we're speaking about a father. The father takes advice from everybody, sometimes let other people steer the ship under his supervision, accepts the ideas of others, discusses with others. But when a time comes where a decision has to be made and counsel has been taken, the final responsibility lies upon the shoulders of the father. Sustenance. Anyone can go and gain sustenance. The child can go and be the breadwinner. The mother can be the breadwinner, the sister. But the responsibility, the final burden is placed on the shoulders of the father. This doesn't mean, again, that a father is greater than somebody who doesn't have the responsibility. Allah allots responsibilities to people according to their capacities. A doctor has a different responsibility to a mechanic. These are two individuals who have taken two different paths in their lives, have two different sets of responsibilities. The mother has her responsibility, and if she fulfills it, that's how she gets closer to Allah. And the father has his responsibilities. And in order to get closer to Allah, he cannot forego them, he has to fulfill them. If the mother becomes the breadwinner, he doesn't take anything from the father. But remember, at the end of the day, the onus remains on the father. In the same way as at the nights, when we're young and we're afraid of the dark and of our houses, and when we hear about crimes in the area, what gives us solace and strength in the night? Knowing that our father is in the house. What gives solace even to the wife? Normally, and I'm generalizing, is when the husband is in the house. Why? Because whether we like it or not, a man is physically generally more stronger than a woman. You look at athletics, you can see this. You look at day-to-day life, you look at laborious jobs, you see that men tend to take on laborious jobs because they've been created in a physical fashion that they tend to be stronger. Yes, there are times and exceptions, but generally speaking, this is the case. For this reason, Allah has allotted certain responsibilities to men that He hasn't given to women. Fathers have this responsibility, and that's why they've been praised for taking on that responsibility, for earning a halal rizq, for giving the child a good name. The parent, the father in particular, has a duty of giving the child a good name, teaching the child the Quran, preparing and facilitating them for marriage. All of this has come about because of how the father has been created. It's for that reason that our fathers have been given such a status in the eyes of Allah, because they've taken on these burdensome difficulties and continued them and looked after us in this fashion. The Holy Prophet grew up without a father. He had a test unlike many other people. He grew up and he lost his mother at a young age. We have been blessed with our fathers, we've been blessed with our mothers, and we have a duty even when they pass away. As Allah tells us from the traditions of the Prophet. And he mentions and he says that one of the greatest gifts that a parent can leave behind in this dunya is a child who is pious, so that the child will remember them when they pass away. It's our duty to continuously remember our parents, be it physically going to their graves, remember them in our hearts, establishing majalis, giving sadaqah in their name, doing good actions, but sending it to their books because their books are now closed. It's difficult, if not impossible, for them to now add on to those books. But we can send forth and we can add for them, and that's our duties. The eldest son has a duty of repaying the salawat of the father. Why? He didn't ask for this duty, but his capacity has been given such responsibility that he now has to fulfill this task. He now has to establish the prayer or facilitate for it to be done. If a child has lost their parents and they have the qada salah of the father remaining on their shoulders, they must establish it quickly, because the father is questionable until these salawat are repaid. And when will they be repaid? If a father has left back the pious child. And this is what the duty of a father is. I want to run through two traditions, just highlighting the praise of our fathers. A man comes to the Holy Prophet and he asks about the right of a father, which is incumbent upon the child. The Prophet says, La yusammihi bi ismi. A child must not speak to his father and call his father by his name. He must always address him with a title, be it father, dad, whatever it may be, but not to address the father with their own name. وَلَا يَمْشِ بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ. You shouldn't walk in front of him. Walk side by side, walk behind, but try at times not to walk in front, unless obviously one's father instructs or is pleased with that. But it may be seen as a sign of disrespect. وَلَا يَجْلِسْ قَبْلَهُ. He should not sit down whilst his father is standing up. He should not sit down before his father sits. If a parent enters a room, it's incumbent to stand up, because you would be sitting and they would be standing. And you shouldn't sit until they have seated. And then the Prophet says, and he should not do anything that will cause blame to be given to his father. He is a representative of his father. The child represents their father. And if they do any action which is ugly in the sight of people, in the sight of Allah, then fingers will be pointed on the father. They should not do anything that will bring shame to the father's reputation. And another tradition, the sixth Imam is asked that my father has become weak and old. He asks me to accompany him to the toilet, to go to the bathroom. Should I assist? Should I do this? And the Imam says, do so if you can. And then he goes forward and he says, and put food in his mouth with your own hands. You take the responsibility of feeding with your own hands. And Imam says, and you will see that this will be the reward that will take you into the gardens of the hereafter. Fathers have been given this status, and the responsibility of being respected by a child has been placed upon these children because of what the father does, because of the fact that they steer this ship. They are the benchmark of morality. They safeguard the family. They keep safety. They bring halal rizq. They give wisdom and they share it. These are duties that we have to fulfill to our fathers because of what they've done for us. A separate discussion can take place in terms of the father's duty to the child, how they must respect the child, how much they must speak, as we begun, to the child, how they must bring in halal rizq. But from the perspective of a child, we see our fathers as having done this. And therefore they have a station with Allah that will never be surpassed by us. And the responsibility of respecting them and remembering them continuously whilst they are alive and when they have passed away remain on our shoulders. I end with a couple of pieces of advice with regards to remembering the father of this ummah at present, the 12th Holy Imam, Imam Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Fajrajuhu Sharif. We know that we have to actively await the Imam. We cannot simply be passive in our awaiting. We cannot simply think that a time will come when he will come, and when he will come, we will change. And when we will come, we will be on his side. We must be his Ansar at present. We must be on his side at present, his soldiers at present, not taking on any physical form of war, but a spiritual form of war, attacking this Satan that whispers, attacking this nafs that tries to take us away from the right path. That's our duty of being on his side at present, in his physical ghaibah. But as soon as he comes out of ghaibah, then we should know that we will not change overnight. We will be the same people we are right now. If I don't feel I'm worthy and I'm an individual that he will select right now, then don't think when he appears he shall select me. I'm going to be the same person. I need to be the same person in his ghaibah as I will be in his presence. A couple of things that we can do to remind ourselves of the presence of this Holy Imam. I noticed something going around on social media that was extremely beautiful and practical for some and maybe not possible for others. But if possible, especially if you have young children, maybe it's something we should implement. An individual wrote online and they said that during Ramadan, when they were breaking their fast, they put an extra plate on the table and they put the name of the Imam on a plaque, on a piece of paper, a cardboard, and they left it there. Why? Because they wanted to remember and remind themselves that the Imam is not distant from us. That at any time he has the right to walk through this door and sit on this table, and he's welcome to do so. And even if we can't physically see him, we should know that he hears us and our deeds are taken too. And what we even speak about on the table and the gossiping that we may fall into is heard by this individual who may be seated right here. For that reason, we must remember him continuously and give indications that are physical and tangible to our children, because for them it may be difficult to understand his physical ghaibah. As for us who are adults, one thing we can do practically and continuously is on a daily basis give sadaqah in the name of the Imam, asking Allah to protect the Imam. In the same way as I mentioned, Allah tests his most beloved prophets and how he tested them one after the other. Ayub, Luqman, how he tested Sulaiman, how he tested Yusuf, how he tested our final prophet Ibrahim. These are tests upon tests. We can give sadaqah not for our sake, not because I want reward, but give sadaqah and ask Allah that please remove any bala, any difficulty, any trials, any tribulations that are on the path of the Imam. He too is human. He too is affected emotionally. And the best way, giving sadaqah is one, but the best way to take away grief and pain from the Imam is by not sinning. The thing that hurts him the most are the sins that we commit. If we could just take one sin that we're doing and make an oath to Allah in front of the Imam and say, oh Imam, I know this thing that I'm doing continuously, be it backbiting, be it jealousy, be it pride, be it stealing from people, be it taking haram, I know it causes you pain. Today I promise this one action I shall stop, sadaqah I shall give on a regular basis, and ask Allah to remove difficulties from me. It is only right to remember the third holy Imam, Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi afdalus salati wassalam, and to give the thawab of this majlis of remembering the Aza of Imam al-Hussein to our great uncle Riyaz. May Allah bless his soul and elevate his position in Jannah. Imam al-Hussein shows what a father should do and the duties of a father on the day of Ashura. Firstly, he was the last man to jump. He never left the ship. He never ran away. He never turned his back. He stayed until the very end. He gave every brother he had. He gave every nephew, every friend, every cousin. And he remained until the end, like a captain should do on their burning ship. He ensured that he gave every iota of energy that he had. And finally, when it came to the final moment that only he was left, he didn't go to the battlefield in a fashion where he was hopeless. He went with complete courage, absolute strength, roaring like a lion, attacking any enemy that came in front of him, knowing very well that he was not going to give up in the least in this battle. He gave everything that he had for the pleasure and the sake of Allah. And it's because of the fact that he gave everything that a father loves, from his assets to his family, to his children. He gave up everything. He sacrificed everything that he had, like Ibrahim sacrificed, but more. It's because of that that the religion has survived, because of his sacrificing that he gave. Even in his final moments, when he calls out to the individual who is standing and sitting next to him and on his chest, he still calls this person to come to the religion of Allah. Even then, he doesn't give up calling people and being merciful and trying to change people's hearts in order to be taken away from the path of Satan onto the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is how our fathers are. They give up everything for our sake. They strive and they work hard until the end. And that is why they have a station in the eyes of Allah as they do, a station that no other individual has been given. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل.
Ahsantum Sheikh. Thank you very much for your wise words. And inshallah, we can all look to implement some of the actions that you provided in our daily lives. We will now, inshallah, have a munajat by Brother Muhammad Tatu. Please do welcome him with a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
صل على محمد وآل محمد. या रब बीमार कर्बो बला का है वास्ता, जो है मरीज उनको तू दे जल्द अब शफा. या रब دعا قبول ہے عابد کا واسطہ جو ہے مریض ان کو تو دے جلد اب شفا بیمار وطن فاطمہ سغرا کا واسطہ معصوم کے یتیم سکینہ کا واسطہ سکینہ کا واسطہ ڈوبا لب دریا ہو سفینہ کا واسطہ اے میرے خدا شاہ ہے مدینہ کا واسطہ یا رب بیمار کرب و بلا کا ہے واسطہ جو ہے مریض ان کو تو دے جلد اب شفا کرتا ہوں دعا رب سے میاں حضرت سجاد ہے آسرا تمہارا تم ہی کیجیو امداد تم ہی کیجیو امداد ہے کون میرا جس سے کروں جا کے میں فریاد امداد طلب ہے میری تم کیجیو امداد یا رب بیمار کرب و بلا کا ہے واسطہ جو ہے مریض ان کو تو دے جلد اب شفا بیمار کے لیے تیرا یہ ذکر شفا ہے ہر اسم تیرا ان کے لیے ایک دوا ہے لیے ایک دوا ہے تو کن فیکون ہے وہ تیرے در کا گھدا ہے تو چاہے تو ایک آن میں ہی ان کی شفا ہے یا رب بیمار کرب و بلا کا ہے واسطہ جو ہے مریض ان کو تو دے جلد اب شفا یا رب بیمار کرب و بلا کا ہے واسطہ جو ہے مریض ان کو تو دے جلد اب شفا رحم اللہ من يقرأ الفاتحة
Thank you very much, Muhammad. We will now just go through a few things. Please can everyone inshallah recite Surah Fatiha for my marhum father Riyaz Anwar Rajabali, my marhum Khalu, who also passed away just a few months before my father marhum Sajad Kareem, Agha Sayyid Abbas Musfi, my dear friend's father who passed away this morning, marhuma Masuma Merali, marhum Hussein Muhammad Danji, marhumin of Rajabali family, marhumin of Bandali family, marhumin of Rashid Muraj family, marhumin of Parpia family, marhumin of Merchant family, marhumin of Versi family, and all marhumins. Al-Fatiha. We will now have Ziyarat Ashura by Brother Ahmad Ali Kareem. He's my Khalu's eldest son, who, like I mentioned, passed away a few months before. So can I please welcome him with a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أثور سيدي ومولاي أبي عبد الله الحسين عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين وابن سيد الوسيم، السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة سيدتي نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا ثار الله وابن ثاره والوتر الموتور، السلام عليك وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك، عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار. يا أبا عبد الله، يا أبا عبد الله، لقد عظمت الرزيح وجلت وعظمت المصيبة بك علينا وعلى جميع أهل الإسلام، وجلت وعظمت مصيبتك في السماوات على جميع أهل السماوات، فلعن الله أمة أسست أساس الظلم والجور عليكم أهل البيت، ولعن الله أمة دفعتكم عن مقامكم وأزالتكم عن مراتبكم التي رتبكم الله فيها، ولعن الله أمة كتلتكم، ولعن الله الممحدين لهم بالتمكين من قتالكم، برئت إلى الله وإليكم منهم ومن أشيائهم وأتباعهم وأوليائهم. يا أبا عبد الله، يا أبا عبد الله، إني سلم لمن سالمكم وحرب لمن حاربكم إلى يوم القيامة، ولعن الله آل زياد، ولعن الله آل مروان، ولعن الله بني أمية قاتبة، ولعن الله ابن مرجانة، ولعن الله عمر بن سعد، ولعن الله شمرا، ولعن الله أمة أسوجت وألجمت وتنقبت لقتاله. بأبي أنت وأمي لقد عظم مصابي بك، فأسأل الله الذي أكرم مقامك وأكرمني بك أن يرزقني تلب ثارك مع إمام منصور من أهل بيت محمد صلى الله عليه وآله. اللهم اجعلني إنك وجيها بالحسين عليه السلام في الدنيا والآخرة، يا أباح عبد الله، يا أباح عبد الله. إني أتقرب إلى الله وإلى رسوله وإلى أمير المؤمنين وإلى فاطمة وإلى الحسن وإليك بموالاتك وبالبراءة ممن قاتلك ونسب لك الحرب، وبالبراءة ممن أسس أساس الظلم والجور عليكم. وأبرأ إلى الله وإلى رسوله ممن أسس أساس ذلك وبنى عليه بنيانه وجرى في ظلمه وجوره عليكم وعلى أشيائكم. فرئت إلى الله وإليكم منهم، وأتقرب إلى الله ثم إليكم بموالاتكم وموالاة وليكم وبالبراعة من أعدائكم والناسبين لكم الحرب وبالبراعة من أشيائهم وأتباعهم. إني سلم لمن سالمكم وحرب لمن حاربكم وولي لمن والاكم وعدو لمن آتاكم. فأسأل الله الذي أكرمني بمعرفتكم ومعرفة أوليائكم ورزقني البراءة من أعدائكم أن يجعلني معكم في الدنيا والآخرة، وأن يثبت لي إنكم قدم صدق في الدنيا والآخرة، وأسأله أن يبلغني المقام المحمود لكم عند الله، وأن يرزقني تلب ثاري مع إمام هدى ظاهر ناتج بالحق منكم. وأسأل الله بحقكم وبالشأن الذي لكم عنده أن يعطيني بمصابي بكم أفضل ما يعطي مصابا بمصيبته، مصيبة ما أعظمها وأعظم رزيتها في الإسلام وفي جميع السماوات والأرض. اللهم اجعلني في مقامي هذا ممن تناله منك صلوات ورحمة ومغفرة. اللهم اجعل محياي محيا محمد وآل محمد، ومماتي ممات محمد وآل محمد. اللهم إن هذا يوم تبركت به بنو أمية وابن آكلة الأكباد اللئين من اللعين على لسانك ولسان نبيك صلى الله عليه وآله في كل موطن وموقف وقف فيه نبيك صلى الله عليه وآله. اللهم الأن أبا سفيان ومعاوية ويزيد بن معاوية عليهم منك اللعنة أبد الآبدين. وهذا يوم فرحت به آل زياد وآل مروان بقتلهم الحسين صلوات الله عليه. اللهم فضاعف عليهم اللعن منك والعذاب الأليم. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك في هذا اليوم وفي موقفي هذا وأيام حياتي بالبراعة منهم واللعنة عليهم وبالموالاة لنبيك وآل نبيك عليه وعليهم السلام. اللهم لأن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابعا له على ذلك. اللهم لعن الإصابة التي جاهدت الحسين وشايعت وبايعت وتابعت على قتله. اللهم لعنهم جميعا. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جهل الله الآخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. اللهم خص أنت أول ظالم باللعن مني وابدأ به أولا ثم عن الثانية والثالثة والرابع. اللهم لأن يزيد خامسا والعن عبيد الله بن زياد وابن مرجانح وأمر بن سعد والشمن وآل أبي سفيان وآل زياد وآل مروان إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم لك الحمد حمد الشاكرين لك على مصابهم. الحمد لله على عظيم رزيته. اللهم ارزقني شفاعة الحسين يوم الورود وثبت لي قدم صدق إنك مع الحسين وأصحاب الحسين الذين بذلوا مهجهم دون الحسين عليه السلام.
السلام عليك يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله الحسين وعلى أرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله عبدا ما بقيت ومكي الليل والنهار ولا جعل الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وأخيك العباس وأختك زينب جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء. السلام عليك يا سلطان بالحسن مولانا علي بن موسى الرضا. كن شفيعنا وشفيع والدي في يوم الجزاء ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء. السلام عليك يا حجة الله يا ابن الحسن يا صاحب الزمان. الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كل وليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقاعدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. على أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات رحم الله سورة المباركة الفاتحة.
Thank you, Mustafa Uncle and Amar. And thank you all for honoring us with your presence today as well. We are very humbled. Thank you to all the beautiful reciters and especially Shahid Ali Khaki as well, who helped us set up this live stream. And just before we end, I'd also like to request a Surah Fatiha for Marhum Mullah Anu, Mustafa Uncle's father, and also Marhum Zulfikar Fazal, who passed away a few weeks ago as well. Al-Fatiha. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our efforts. Ameen.